Hello students, most welcome to Dr. Acharya Academy. Today I am going to discuss FAJANS rules. Today's class number is 077. FAJANS rule formulated by scientist Fajan in the year 1923. These FAJANS rules depends on the charge and the size of the cations and anions. And with this FAJANS rule, one can predict a chemical bond, whether it will be covalent or ionic in nature. The partial covalent character of ionic bonds was discussed by FAJANS in terms of the following rules. The smaller the size of the cation and the larger the size of the anion, the greater the covalent character of an ionic bond. Smaller size of the cation. In this figure, you can see it is the small cation and large size of anion, So it will be covalent in character. Second point, the greater the charge of the cation, the greater the charge of the cation, the greater the covalent character of the ionic bond, greater the covalent character of the ionic bond. Number 3. For cations of the same size and charge with electronic configuration N-1 DN NSO, which is typical of the transition metals electronic configuration, it is more polarizing than the elements with a noble gas configuration like NS2, NP6. It is a typical of the alkali and alkaline earth metal cations. So for the representative elements means alkali and alkaline earth metal cations. It is less polarizing than the transition metals which has this type of electronic configuration N-1 DN NSO. Now explanation. The cation, this is the cation, polarize the anion, pulling this electronic charge. You can see it is pulling the electronic charge, that means outermost electron clouds towards the cation, and thereby increasing the electronic charge between the two. This is precisely what happens in a covalent bond. That is build-up of electron charge density between the nucleus. Normally, this electron cloud, outermost electron cloud, should be in this boundary. But due to this presence of the cation usually pull this outermost electronic clouds towards its side, that means cation side, and in that way this bond will have ionic character. And this is called the polarizing. The polarizing power of the cation, the polarizability of anion, and the extent of distortion, this is the distortion, which is called polarization of anion, are the factors which determine the percent covalent character of ionic bond. I hope you understand this FAJANS rule. 3 rules are there, and it will be helpful for your study. Thank you so much for watching this class.